Hello, today I would like to show you this quite interesting device that was used in a physiotherapy practice. It is quite vintage unit, but at the same time it is built with a medical quality, and I will show you quite interesting feature that this device got. First, let's tell ourselves what the device is going to be doing. It's going to be creating high voltage pulses, and those pulses are going to be delivered into your body by use of electrodes like this. You are going to add a gel that is going to increase the electrical conductivity to your body, and you are going to be admitting them into places or your body that require a physiotherapy. And then by dialing and changing all of those settings, you are going to get your treatment. And for example, this can relieve you from pain. One of the most interesting side effects of the treatment is going to be a muscle contraction, because you are going to be delivering high voltage pulses. And because of that, if you ever are in need to check if something is energized, you should be touching it by top of your palm, because if that's going to be energized and your muscle are going to be contracting, you are going to be moving your hand toward your body, then grabbing something stronger like a electrical wire. So this device is designed to do that, to contract your muscles, but with a very tiny pulses, so it is safe and it's not going to give you harm. First, let's imagine that we would like to make our treatment. So we grab our electrode and we are going to plug it in like this. And it is a banana size plug and socket. They are of course safety insulated, so you are not going to touch them by accident. And this is quite unique connector that go into that device, and you can put it only one correct way, and you go like this. I was trying to probe this device with my oscilloscope, but it was extremely hard and there is absolutely no way of nicely seeing them, because they've got they last like a fraction of seconds. And on the oscilloscope, it is just a tiny peak. You cannot see them on the analog scope. So we are going to be using something that gives us a more visual feedback. This is a high voltage discharge device that's got two LED diodes. And we are going to be using it as our guide to see what's going on as we are changing our settings. So I'm going to just plug the positive to the positive and the black to the negative. First, let's turn our device on. On the first dial, we've got time of our treatment. Then we've got ability to swap polarity on our plug without reconnecting anything. Here we've got the amount of time that pulse is going to be lasting, and as you can see, those are fraction of seconds. Then we've got how much pulses it's going to be creating, and I will show you that in a second, because we are going to be inspecting that visually. And then how many of those impulses are going to be per second. I'm not entirely sure what this is regulating, maybe the width of the pulse. And the last, most important, the intensity, which is going to be reflecting voltage. One of the most scariest thing that can happen with a device like this is to delivering a high voltage pulse to your patient that is going to be very unpleasant and very painful, and basically you are going to be shocking them. In order to prevent you from doing any accident like this device by its software require you to always start with the absolutely lowest possible power. And as you can see right now, the treatment is not being delivered. I'm going to change our intensity to some random value, but it's not being delivered. Let's add time. And now our treatment should be sent, but as you can see, it's not, and we still got our red LED. Then we have to roll down our intensity to 0, and now our device start the actual treatment. So it is a safety feature, and now we can start delivering it. I make change in the shutter speed, and I hope we are going to get better result. We go with the default polarity. This is our pulse time span. We go to the constant mode, and you are going to see how that looks like. And we go with 1 impulse per second, and we are going to be increasing our power. And as you can see, it's blinking 1 time per second. Then we can go and dial 2 impulses per second. And as you can see, we've got 2 impulses per second. We've got 10 impulses per second, 20, and then we go into the value that make this basically almost constantly on. And here you will be able to see that we are adjusting the brightness. It's getting dimmer, very dim, almost off, and it's go crazy bright. Let's go back for our 2 impulses per second, and let's go from constant to 1 impulse, and we have to reset the safety feature, and we're starting our therapy. And as you can hear, it's turning itself on and off, my relay, in like a 1 pulse per second, or maybe it is a totally different program. Let's go here. So it's pulsating with the speed declared here. Maybe that was a 5 seconds of break and 5 seconds of pulses. I think that might be possible. So here we've got a 5 seconds. And then it's off. And then the process repeat. And if we go like in a very high value, then maybe it is 10 seconds on. Now we are delivering our high voltage spikes. Is this a 10 seconds? I believe that could be. I will show you the polarity switch. So here that LED is glowing, and if I lift it up, you can see that we've got a second LED for reverse polarity, and if I switch it, if I go to 0 and restart it, then that one is glowing. I reverse polarity, I reset it, I start it again, and that one is glowing, so the device looks operational. From visual point of view, that slider slightly changed the brightness, but I don't know what it really do. I would have to probe it with a digital storage scope, and we should have to analyze it. But anyway, I think it is a quite interesting device. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you find it interesting. See you next time, and bye bye.